What is going on, 49er Faithful? Welcome back to another 49er Media video. And today we have a packed video here as we've got some news from yesterday and today, as unfortunately I was unable to make a video yesterday. I just had some things coming up, but without further ado, let's jump into it. So first of all, the NFL announced the salary cap figure for the 2025 season. And so this is great news for the 49ers, as the salary per team cap will fall in the range of 277.5 and $281.5 million, which is way up from last year's 255.4 million, and that's a very big increase. In fact, the cap will have increased by more than 53 million over the last 2 years. This is according to Dan Graziano of ESPN. I mean, this is just fantastic news, right? Anytime the salary cap goes up by a substantial amount, maybe this can help the Niners go out and actually bring back a Dre Green. They'll go spend a little bit more money in free agency, but their first business is clearly to get that Brock Purdy extension complete. They do need to get that extension done. It's important that they get that done. I'm hoping that they have it done by free agency. I feel like it would help with knowing their plans, what they can spend in free agency, or via maybe trade. But you do have the NFL scouting combine coming up next week. But definitely good news there when it comes to the salary cap for the 49ers. Definitely going to help them out, and obviously other teams as well. So looking at the salary cap according to Over the Cap, if we just look at the overall teams, the Niners are going to have $50.6 million. Again, $50.6 million in cap space, which is, again, great for the 49ers with some of these free agents that they have. And the ability to improve this team. This team was 6-11. Their defense, they have to improve their defense, improve the depth, improve the offense. Offensive line especially is key. Are they going to do that in free agency? We'll see. But again, this is great news for the 49ers. And the cap's going to increase every year, but we're not sure about the next few seasons. But we do have this year's salary cap, so that is great news for San Francisco. And then some interesting news here. So this is from Mike Florio. This was posted by Pro Football Talk, actually. So the 49ers are reportedly exploring a sale of up to 10% of the team, and the basically value that they, I guess, kind of see it as is $9 billion. Are they going to end up selling this team? I mean, at least they're exploring it, right? They could be selling 10% of this team, which, could that affect how this team, in terms of, how much maybe room there is for Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch, in terms of a hot seat or whatnot. But, again, there's not too much information actually on this. So, this is pure just speculating from me in terms of how it could affect the Niners. But definitely an interesting thing there. And then Tim Kawakami had his podcast, and Matt Baer was on, and he says that head coach Kyle Shanahan is expected to be in attendance at the NFL Scouting Combine with President of Football Operations and General Manager John Lynch next week. This is definitely important for that. Definitely important to see that. That is for sure to go. But I really think we need to have Kyle Shanahan at the scouting combine, especially this year. Again, 6-11, coming off a bad season, a disappointing season. There's a difference of, okay, just having the guy, watching film at home or in the 49ers facility, being able to see guys at the scouting combine, the pedigree, the way they run. It's not just that, but the interviews, right? This is where players have their interviews a lot of times with teams and get those questions asked. And I think definitely it's important for Kyle Shanahan to get that um, and have that ability this year. So I'm glad to know that Kyle Shanahan is going to be in attendance because, again, he's a guy that generally, especially the last few years, hasn't been at the scouting combine. So definitely glad to see that is going to be the case. And then the final piece of news, so this is from Jeremy Fowler of ESPN. This is on Bleacher Report in an article. He's saying that several teams have expressed interest in 49ers wide receiver Deebo Samuel, and preliminary talks on a potential trade have happened between Samuel, his agent, and the team. As we know, Deebo Samuel requested a trade. He had talked to the 49ers, during the exit meetings once the season ended, and he said, I want to be traded. We didn't know about that until a few weeks ago when Adam Schefter um, and Ian Rappaport and all, reported this. But it was Adam Schefter, I believe, who specifically had said when he had requested a trade from the San Francisco 49ers. That is great news for the 49ers. If, there's teams that are actually interested in Deebo Samuel for a trade, because I'm sure the Niners definitely would want to get some value, even if it's let's say a 5th-round pick or something. Um, Instead of losing him for nothing. Yes, the Niners have 10 picks in this draft, but if it's a 2025 draft pick, I mean, that could help them, maybe trade up even more, for coveted players that they like. Maybe they trade down from pick 11, and get some picks because this class is pretty deep, especially at defensive line. So if that's where the Niners want to go, maybe they trade down a few spots from 11. Maybe they trade up a few spots if a player's slipping and they want to go after him. I mean, you got to see what ends up happening on draft day to really know, um, where the possibly, could happen. But we know the Niners, when they like a player, they are willing to trade up, trade down as if they think they'll still be able to get that player if they were to trade down and, just recruit a couple picks, which would be nice again, which they could use, to trade up maybe later in the draft or whatnot. So definitely interesting, there. But all in all, really good news regarding the San Francisco 49ers here. Um, make sure to like and subscribe. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. Really trying to get that 200 mark. I appreciate everybody who's been subscribing. As a reason, I have noticed that the numbers are going up. So thank you so much. But that's going to do it, guys. Peace out. Let's go Niners.